Welcome to our NIEPS home school. My dear students, hope you are all well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am Sanjida Rahman. Today I will take a science class for the student of class 6 and our today's class topic is chapter 6, reading done, and also we will learn question answer from this chapter. Our lecture number 10. Now let's start our class. In our previous class we discussed chapter 6 and now again we discuss chapter 6, the last part of the chapter 6, and our today's topic is nose. Nose. We can identify fragrance and odor with our nose. We breathe and smell with it. We enjoy the fragrance of flower and cover our nose when we smell the odor coming from dirt. Our nose is situated above the buccal cavity. It has two parts, nostrils and nasal canal. Now you can ask me, what is the buccal cavity? It is our facial space, and upper jaw and lower jaw. This is the buccal cavity. Here is the upper jaw and lower jaw. This is called the buccal cavity, and our nose is situated on the upper side of our buccal cavity. Nostrils. Number 1. The part of the nose through which air enters is called nostrils. That means the first part of our nose, it's called nostrils. Here you can see the picture. There is a picture of a nose, and it is called, the first part of the nose is called nostrils. Number 2. Nasal canal. It is a cavity that extends from the nostrils to the back of the throat or pharynx. The cavity is triangular in shape and divided into two parts by a thin wall. The front part is covered with hair and hinder part is linked with a mucous membrane. This membrane is also called smell membrane. It contains blood capillaries and numerous smell receptor cells. Here is the nasal canal. This is the nostrils, and here is a canal. This is called nasal canal, and it ends at our throat or pharynx. These nasal canals again divided by a thin wall, and the name of this thin wall is smell wall, and this first part is covered with small hair, and the last part of this nasal canal is covered with the mucous membrane, and this membrane is also called smell membrane. And in this membrane there are lots of blood capillaries and numerous smell receptor cells taking care of the nose. How can we take the smell of the things? We take the smell of the things by these smell receptor cells. Now, taking care of the nose, we smell through the nose and also breathe through it. It has a mucous membrane in it. In children, dirt gets trapped in the mucus, which should be cleaned regularly. When the air gets inside into our nose by the nostril, then it going to the nasal canal. Then in the first part of the nasal canal, where is the small hair, it find out the dirty things from the air, and here dirty things are situated, and then we clean it every day. And here is also another things like nasal smell membrane. So here is the membrane, mucus things, and it is called smell membrane. Tongue. Rakib likes eating sweets. He salivates often at the sight of the sweets. We feel the various type of taste such as sweet, sour, spicy and bitter with the help of the tongue. It is our organ of taste. The long and muscular organ situated in the buccal cavity is called tongue. There is a covering over the tongue containing the taste buds which is used to receive various tastes. The front, sides and back of the tongue contain special taste buds. We can feel sweet and salty taste with the front part of the tongue. With the sides of the tongue, we feel sour taste, and the taste buds at the back are large in size, and this help us to feel bitter taste. We have we can feel the taste of the food, any kind of food, with the help of our tongue. And in our tongue there are taste buds, and taste buds are situated in different parts of our tongue. Like in the front part, with the front part of our tongue, we can feel the salty and sweet things or sweet food. By the side of our tongue, we can taste the sour things, and in the last part of our tongue, we can taste bitter things with this help of our tongue. But in the middle of the tongue, there is no taste bud, and we cannot taste our food with this part. Since there are no taste buds in the middle of the tongue, we do not feel taste in this region. So, in our tongue, there are 4 parts. From the frontal part, we can feel the salt and sweet food. By the side of our tongue, we can taste sour food, and at the last part of our tongue, it helps to taste bitter things. But in the middle of the tongue, we cannot taste anything. Function of the tongue. The following functions are performed by tongue: tasting and swallowing food, helping chewing of the food by moving it nearer to teeth, helping mixing food with saliva, assisting in speaking, taking care of the tongue. The tongue is an essential organ for digestion of the food. To take care of our tongue, we have to follow few steps. They include brushing teeth and cleaning tongue regularly. A white or yellow coating may form on the tongue due to certain diseases. This may happen during fever. A good result can be obtained by rinsing with salt water. If the tongue of the children are not clean, curd-like spots may be visible on them. It occurs due to fungal infection. Clean the tongue regularly. If you have a sore tongue or buccal cavity, consult a doctor immediately. So, if you have any infection in your tongue, you must consult with a doctor, and when you found some white things in your tongue, you can rinse your tongue with the help of salt, and it will be clean. Now, the immediately skin and skin care. Skin. The organs that make up our body are covered with skins to protect them from diseases or external injury. Skin acts as the covering of our body. Skin has 2 layers, epidermis and endodermis. Our body is covered with skin, and our skin is divided into 2 parts. One is epidermis and another one is endodermis. The upper part of our skin is called epidermis, and the inside part of our skin is called endodermis. Epidermis. This is the outer layer of the skin. The skin of palm and sole is thick, and the skin of the lip is thin. Hair and nails outgrows from the epidermis. Epidermis has hair follicles. Epidermis, endodermis. There are blood vessels and nerves in the endodermis. It also contains sweat glands, oil glands, sebaceous glands, and hair root. The number of sebaceous glands is in palm and sole is greater. This is called palm. And so there are lots of sebaceous glands, and into endodermis there are different kinds of glands like oil glands, sebaceous glands, and sweat glands. When we are sweating, this water coming out from this sweat gland. And our epidermis. In the epidermis, there are the outer part of our skin is called epidermis. It has a small hair, and also our nail and hair grows from the epidermis. Now, function of the skin. Skin performs the following function: protect soft part of the body from external injury, hot, sunshine, cold, etc. Number 2, prevents microbes from getting into the body. That means it protects our body from micro organs like virus, bacteria. Number 3, keeps the body cool and healthy through sweating. When our body is sweating, when we feel too much hot, then our body is sweating, and after the sweating our body becomes cool down because it's remove the heat from our body. Number 3, expels harmful substances from the body. With the help of our skin, our dirty things from our body is also expelled. Number 5, protect the body from harmful sun rays. So, our skin protect us from the harmful sun rays like ultraviolet rays or ozone rays. Now, taking care of the skin makes the outer covering of our body. Things that we need to do to take care of our skin are taking bath regularly to avoid infection of the skin, dandruff, scabies, etc. Avoiding using others' towels, cleaning one's towels and napkins with hot water and soap after 1 or 2 days. Number 3, consulting a doctor if any skin diseases such as scabies, ringworm, etc. occur. Do not use any ointment without consulting a doctor. If you have any skin problem, you can consult a physician or a doctor, then you follow his advice. Now, my dear student, in this chapter, we also discuss creative question. This question is from your book. Here is a stem, and this is the picture of a eye, and the pupil of eye, lens of the eye, and eyeball of the eye is marked here. Now, there is a question. With the help of the diagram given as a stem, answer the following question. Number A, what is a sclera? Number B, what happens if G is distorted? Number C, explain the function of B. And number D, discuss how J helps us see things. Number A, what is sclera? The white, tough outer layer of the eyeball is known as sclera. It helps maintain the shape of the eye. No light can pass through it. Here is the picture of a eye, and here this layer is called sclera. It protects the eye from the injury. Number B, what happens if G is distorted? Here is the picture given, and there is also marked G. The part of the eye marked G is the iris. Iris, it controls the incoming light rays by contracting and expansion. It has a central pore, the pupil, which expands and contracts along with the iris. So, if the iris is distorted, the person will not be able to see anything and will turn blind. When the bright light fall into our eyes, we blink our eyes, and our eyelids becomes closed. And when we go to the dark side, then again we cannot see anything. Our eyes is also blinking, and our eyelids becomes closed and open. So, these things happen in the iris, because when the bright light come to fall into our eyes, then this iris expansion and contraction to balance the light to get inside into the eye. That's why this iris helps us to protect our eye from the bright light. Number 3, explain the function of B. Here is marked here a lens, and it is called B. Here you can see the picture of an eye. The part B is the pigment of the iris. Its color varies person to person. It has the same function. It controls the incoming light to get into the retina, which forms an image and sends it to the brain for our vision. The contraction and relaxation of the iris is controlled by muscles attached to it. In a diffused light, it contracts to enlarge the central pupil so that more light can enter. But in normal light, it relaxes to make the pupil smaller to allow less light. All the time, it ensured the proper amount of light to enter the lens up to the retina. So, by this part, light get inside our eye, then it go to the retina, and this part helps to, when the light is very bright, then this pupils construction and get less amount of light into our eyes, and when the light is normal, then this pupils expansion and helps to light to get inside into our eyes and it reach to retina. Number D, discuss how J help us see things. Here J is marked here. The part J is the pupil of the eye, a small central hole of the iris of the eye. This is called pupil. Through the contraction and relaxation of the J, the pupil J is dilated and contracted for seeing in a diffused and normal lights respectively. So, in the first case, more light, and in the second case, less light enters the lens for a correct image on the retina. The pupil works for controlling the incoming light rays into an eye. So, we are able to see things clearly only through the proper contraction and expansion of the iris and the pupil. Here you see the picture of a pupil and iris. When these two things properly contraction and relaxation, then we can see anything properly, because it helps to get light inside of our eye ball, and then again we can see these things, and when the bright light fall into our eyes, it construction and protect our eyes from the bright light. My dear students, in our today's discussion, we discussed chapter 6 and also discussed question answer from this chapter. And your homework for the next week is homework number 5, CQ number 1, D. You will write this question answer D part in your homework. I hope you will do the homework properly. Till then, keep well. Assalamu alaikum.